Hey everybody, Zach here for High Voltage Guitars, and today I'm talking about two pieces of gear we have in the shop that you can use to build a pretty killer guitar rig for about 2,500 bucks. Of course, I'm talking about the PRS SE DGT guitar and the DGT 15 combo amp. Both of these are signature models from David Grissom and are some of our favorite pieces of gear from our friends at PRS. Just like other videos like this, we're going to talk about what these are, what they sound like, who they're for, who they're not for, and I'm going to give you some tones. So, what are these? The DGT SE guitar is an import guitar. This is a pretty recent addition to the SE lineup from PRS, but the DGT guitar itself has been a part of the PRS core line for quite some time. These are a 25-inch scale guitar, feature a DGT neck carve, which is kind of chunky, real vintage feeling. DGT S pickups, which are an import version of the DGT pickup, which is kind of a slightly hot-rodded old school 50s sort of humbucker sound. You have the PRS tremolo on here, a bridge volume, neck volume, and a master tone that you can pull to tap the pickups. Three-way selector. This guitar is kind of an amalgam of PRS design and function with vintage feel and tone. The DGT 15 combo amp is a really incredible amp from PRS that has a ton of features and can cover a huge range of tones. Basically on this amp, you have your input volume, your EQ section, your master volume, a top cut, a presence, and reverb, and your tremolo controls. The coolest thing about the DGT 15 combo is that it has a bunch of additional features that are also assignable to a foot switch. So you have a boost, your master, the tremolo, and a bright switch that you can engage and have it interact differently depending on how you set the switches and use the amp with the foot switch. It's a really loud amp for 15 watts, and when you defeat the master volume, which you can do, it really punches well above its weight. PRS told me directly that this thing is rated at 15 watts clean, and how loud it is, I'm not entirely sure when you crank it all the way up, but most gigs, you'd be fine with just this amp. It's powered by two EL84s, has bias adjustments on the back, speaker outs, really straightforward, Celestion Vintage 30 speaker, 42 or so pounds, so not too heavy to tote around, and it's just a really versatile guitar amp. So, what do these sound like? Like I mentioned, the SE DGT guitar takes everything great about the core model and gives you a more affordable version of it. The DGT S pickups have that sort of old school, classic warmth and punch that you would expect from a lower wind style pickup, but of course the DGT pickups are a little bit hotter, so you get a little bit more push. When you tap them, you have a pretty convincing single coil-esque tone. So there are a lot of sounds in this guitar. The tremolo, of course, works incredibly well, and the neck feels really good to play. So when I'm playing this, I feel right at home because normally my bread and butter are the more old school style guitars. And this guitar, being 25-inch scale, it lives kind of somewhere in between those classic California-made guitars and Kalamazoo-made guitars. And because it's PRS, the fit and finish and the quality, even on these import guitars, is pretty impressive. Now, the DGT 15 combo amp is an interesting thing because it's not just based off one specific amplifier that you can really easily define. It's a combination of things. So the EQ section can range from that kind of classic pushed California combo amp sound to more British breakup. The tremolo is a bias style tremolo, but it's kind of choppy and it feels really cool to stack that with the other features. And with the boost engaged, you can really run the gamut from nice, slightly pushed cleaner sounds to quite a bit of breakup. This is not a high gain amp, but it covers all of those tones. And the EQ section is really versatile, and pairing the two top cut and presence controls, you can shape the high end to really function with any guitar or pedal board situation or whatever gig you're in. And it mics up really well and sounds really great. I personally love it when you bypass that master. The master works really well, but it does clamp down on the power section starting to break up, which, in my opinion, is what makes a lower wattage amp like this sound really good and make it a little bit more fun to play. Now, who are these things for? If you have every other food group in your guitar collection covered, then something like the DGT is a great addition because, like I said, the 25-inch scale is a little bit different. The tremolo system works really well and feels great and has that sort of classic wiggle that you can put onto your guitar playing. The humbucking pickups with the tap really allow for a lot of different tones, and it feels really great. It feels very old school and classic. And these guitars just kind of tuck right in. I love how they sit in your lap or if you play them standing up. The DGT 15 combo amp, if you need an amp that has a lot of tones in it that you can use with a small pedal board and you don't need a lot of bells and whistles because you want your amp to cover most of that, then this is the amp to get. The tremolo sounds great, the reverb sounds great, the EQ is responsive. Having all those features that you can assign to the foot switch via the switches on the face of the amp is really useful and allows for quick customization depending on the gig or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Now, who is this not for? If you need a little bit more breakup from your amp, then this is probably not the right way to go. I would look at something like the Archon or one of those style amps. It doesn't have a lot of headroom. So if you need your guitar amp to really have that sort of stable power section that doesn't sag or give as you really dig in, this is not the right amp for that. This is made for you to interact with it and kind of push back, as it were. So maybe this is not the right thing for you. And if you need a lot of output, this is not it. It is loud, and it's going to be plenty loud for most gigs. But if you need that big headroom, I would probably look at a different amp from PRS. And the guitar, who is this not for? Well, if you need a fixed bridge, all the obvious things I think kind of represent themselves when you're looking at this guitar. But the neck is a little bit bigger than what I think people might normally associate with PRS. I like it because it just sits in my hand perfectly, but it is a little bit more chunky, so that's something to consider. The pickups are a little hot, so if you need something that's super crystal clear, this might not be the right choice. But one of the cool things about it that I forgot to mention is both of these volumes have a treble bleed, so you can really get them clean and chimey as you roll back. But you just need to hear these things. So let me plug in this DGT SE into the DGT 15 and give you some tones. I've got the amp mic'd up really simply with an SM7B running into my Apollo, and I'll go through the humbucker sounds, the tapped sounds, and a bunch of different voicings on the amp so you can hear just what this really affordable guitar rig can do. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video about the PRS SE DGT guitar and the DGT 15 amp. If you're interested in one of these or both of these, give us a call at High Voltage Guitars or go to our website, highvoltageguitars.com. I love PRS. I'm so excited to have them as inventory in our store. They've been a great partner to work with so far, and all of these guitars have been really incredible, and these amps continue to surprise me. There's a lot of sounds in here. So go to the website to learn more. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.